What is packing, everybody? Bryce, what's packing, dude?
What's up? What's up, Mr. Jack Lemons?
Dude, we are alive and well. It's a beautiful day. New York is changing. The sun is out. The birds are chirping. People are ready to have sex outside.
A lot of changes.
Best time of the year, dude.
I'm wearing sandals, dude.
You're wearing sandals? That's bold. That's bold. I mean, you could take the sweatshirt off, but I would not take the socks. The socks and the Jesus shoes.
Or nah?
It's a little much. It's a little much. For a single, what are you wearing over there? You got the Jesus? You got the Jesus sandals on?
The Firkenstocks?
Dude, you're single, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yo, I'm locked in. I'm a studio cat. Come on.
You're a studio cat now?
Yeah.
You need to get the slides, bro.
Nah, that's corny, dude.
Bro, slides and socks and just tell everyone you're from South Beach.
I'm not a senior at the gym, you know?
But you do look like you could be from South Beach. You could be like, dude, you could pull off Cuban. You could pull off Cuban. I'm Cuban.
How would I sound?
With some slides.
Yeah. How would I sound if I was Cuban?
Hola, Senor Bryce. How are you, mi amor?
Oh, yeah, they call me Gringo Suave.
They call me Gringo Suave. Gringo Suave. Gringo Suave.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I don't know where you've been, but Gringo Suave, you may have missed. Bring in the dancing lobsters. Have you heard the saga of bringing in the dancing lobsters?
What? No.
Anybody that doesn't know what I mean, what my reference is to bring in the dancing lobsters, the Amanda Bynes show.
Whoa.
Amanda Bynes has had some rough times since our childhood. She peaked early. As of recently.
She was the best.
Dude, she was hot. She was the first, I think, is she the first one from our generation to just go off the deep end? Is that the first one to have a mental break? I mean, there's been mental breaks, but from our generation, I don't know.
She was a movie star.
She was a star.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan did. Lindsay Lohan's from our generation.
Paris Hilton.
But she's kind of saving it. Paris Hilton, same thing. She's kind of still relevant and saving it. Amanda Bynes is naked in Hollywood, running around the streets of LA, probably on fentanyl, definitely some meth. She has the face tattoos now.
What?
So I think she's a SoundClouder. She may be on the SoundCloud rap scene. I'm not too sure.
She's dropping records, Jack?
Dude, she went from bringing the dancing lobsters to spinning some clams, bro. I don't know what happened to Amanda Bynes, but I'm here to find out. As of recently, Amanda Bynes was just put on a psychiatric hold in LA for running around the streets of Skid Row butt naked. Now, I didn't even know that was illegal. I thought that was LA. I thought that's why people went there.
What?
You know, the whole free outdoor community, I'm not homeless, this is my choice type vibe. I thought that was the energy she was putting out.
Okay.
Apparently, you can't do that in LA. Apparently, drugs, being naked, and X-famous is illegal, at least on the sidewalk.
Don't you feel bad for her, Jack?
I do, but I want to know what happened.
Yeah, what happened? What?
What happened to Amanda Bynes? The lobsters. Maybe the lobsters, I don't know. Maybe she did too much acid, and that's why she came up with the lobster idea, the dancing lobster idea, but it also ruined her brain? I mean, I don't know. How does this happen? Is she stuck? Is she they say, with mushrooms, you hit speed bumps. With acid, you hit stop signs. Maybe that's what happened to Amanda Bynes. One too many acid tabs and hit one too many stop signs. I don't know, but I'm interested, and we will be. What's Pac'n News is on the case. We will find out more about the Amanda Bynes saga. But in the meantime, T's and P's, thoughts and prayers to Amanda Bynes.
Maybe it's just society really just getting to her, you know?
That's what I say. Society is a fucking albatross, Bryce. Society is an albatross. What society is doing now is crazy. Have you seen the news recently?
Fill me in, Jack.
Society has turned. Society is turning. The Ides of March are here. And the guy leading this change, this society upheaval, he has a face and a name. His name is Alvin Bragg.
What?
Alvin Bragg and Latita James of New York. They are New Yorkers, but I don't think New York claims them. I don't know if they're claimed by the Society of New York.
I don't know.
They're definitely interesting people. So the past 2 weeks, Alvin Bragg and Letitia James have had an interesting run. They've had a very, very interesting run. Last weekend, Letitia James, she decided she was going to have drag story hour for children.
What?
Yes, she was going to have grown men dress up. Probably the sexual orientation of this men is whatever. Whip it out, I'll suck it. I'm just going to say that's not their motto, but it could be one of their tattoos. Anyway, they decided to have this guy go around kids, children, and read them graphic books about what the gender confusion you could have at 4 years old. It is crazy. So she goes from this thing, which was highly protested, very controversial, as you can tell. She goes from this high note to the following weekend. Her and Alvin Bragg decide that they are going to arrest Donald Trump.
What?
Dude, Donald Trump, supposedly, in his own words, is going to be arrested. I don't know if it's going to happen. We're all on standby. We're sitting here. We got the hats ready, people. We got the hats ready. The red hats are out. This isn't a red hat. It's a gray hat, but it's a Trump hat.
It looks good on
This
you,
is legit.
Jack.
This is a legit Florida Trump hat. I got this outside of Mar-a-Lago.
That's good merch, huh?
This is the real deal Holyfield, son.
You got that hat outside Mar-a-Lago?
Bro, smell this hat. It smells like tax evasion. It does. That's just fuck the IRS smell all over this hat. I love it. I'm a supporter of it. Long story short.
What does he think he's going to get arrested for?
Not tax evasion, which they tried. They're going to arrest this guy for doing Bill Clinton better than Bill Clinton did Bill Clinton.
What?
Bill Clinton from Little Rock, Arkansas. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not. Me and Miss Monica, I saw her making copies in the copy machine, and she was over there making fine copies. So I said, Monica, would you like to play a little game in Arkansas that we call it sucking the stick of power? That's all it is, love, sucking the stick of power. This stick of power will put you in places higher than a copying machine. Let me tell you right now, Monica. But it is not sexual. That's just power. That's what that is. And you can ask anybody. I haven't had sex with a woman. Ask my wife. I haven't had sex with a woman in 27 years. How could I have sex with this woman? Impossible. So Bill Clinton, as we know who he is, he had sex in the White House with a staffer in the Oval Office while married. Now, there's no crime against this. No crime whatsoever. But he was impeached over it. He had to go resign. It was a big media circus. If you were alive, if you remember, you were there, you know what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Donald Trump decides, not as a president, not as any member of office, as a civilian, to have a party at his mansion. He has a big mansion party, and he invites over just a couple people, 100 or 200. Who shows up to this party back in 2006?
Who was there?
Old Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels shows up, huge eyes. Loved her eyes. Her eyes are huge. She shows up. She goes up to Donald Trump, and this is what she claims happened.
What did she say?
She goes up to Donald Trump. She says, "Hello, Mr. Trump. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Stormy Daniels." And he's like, "No, it's not stormy outside. I just flew in. It's actually beautiful. The clouds are clear. The birds are chirping. This is spring in New York. Ides of March, Stormy. Ides of March." She says, "No, my name is Stormy Daniels." And the whole time, "Your name is Stormy Daniels? What is that? What are you? Are you Italian? Are you an Italian?" She goes, "No, I have a little Dutch in me. Would you like a little Trump in you?" Joking, all jokes, people, having fun. Would you like a little, all fun, jokes. And then he said to her, he says, "Hey, would you like to sign this piece of paper? Just put your John Hancock, your signature. All jokes, people, all jokes.
Let's go.
Sign this little paper, that NDA thing up there, that's just temporary. That's all that means, love. That's just temporary." She signs this NDA. And then they go back to the hotel room. He gives her the hotel room number and a room key. She goes back there.
Then what?
She goes and she does what every good porn star in that situation does. She goes and fucks one of the richest, most powerful men in the world for money. Okay? For money. This is pre-OnlyFans. Pre-OnlyFans. This is before any of this shit was on the internet. This is what she did. He took part in this. He paid her, she signed, and then the way they went. No one heard of this for almost a decade.
What?
A decade went by. 10 years at least. Then what happens? He goes and runs. 2020 happened. This was 2006. 2020 happened. She tries to sell this story. She already got paid. She got paid $136,000 to have sex with Donald Trump. To be honest with you, I think she got robbed. I think Donald got a bargain.
Really?
If you're Donald Trump from a place of power to negotiation to fuck someone, if I was Stormy Daniels, I'd ask $500,000. What's right off the bat? You ask $1 million. That's all he knows is $1 million.
That's a lot of dough, Jack.
For him, that's cents. That's cents on the dollar. Every investment that guy makes is hundreds of millions. He doesn't make an investment less than $100 million. So to have sex for one night for $136,000, that's nothing. That's nothing. He got a deal. That's like spending $25 in the strip club. He got a good lap dance. That's all he got. That's it. He got a lap dance, and it wasn't the Oval Office. It was in a hotel that he owned, and I'm sure he videotaped the whole thing. What?
Whatever you say, Jack.
But long story short, now Alvin Bragg is going to go arrest Donald Trump for making hush money payments, which he claims he paid her out of his campaign funds, which did not happen. There's nothing there. People tried to go after this guy and tried to arrest him 5 times over. Nobody's done it. So the thing for me is, where the fuck do Alvin Bragg and Letitia James, who are under fire for their own poor behavior in office. Letitia James has drag show shit. Alvin Bragg has criminals out on the street after hitting people in the heads with hammers. It's nuts. The murder rate, the crime rate, every rate in society is up. In New York society is up because Alvin Bragg is there. And the most important case to this guy is going after Donald Trump for pulling a Bill Clinton. He Bill Clinton better than Clinton. Maybe that's why he wants him. He's like, there can only be one Bill. There can only be one Billy Little Rock, baby. There can only be one. There can only be one Billy. That's all there is. Just me, baby. Little Rock, one. Here. How you doing? That's all. That's all it is. They want Bill Clinton to be the one. And that's all this is. This is a goose chase. The riots and the protests are already starting. It's fucking hysterical seeing literally 100 Donald Trump impersonators directing traffic in Manhattan right now. Out of control.
Really?
You have to see him. The guy's standing outside throwing high kicks going, come on down, taxi, come on down. It's nuts. He's like, yo, bring it in. Yup, back it up. He's on the sidewalk parking cars. Hundreds of Donald Trump impersonators. So this whole thing is a political spectacle. It's going to be over our news cycle for a little bit, but that's all it is. It's a spectacle, kind of like this show. A spectacle, something to see, something to watch, something that makes your neck turn.
It's entertainment, Jack Lemmons.
Entertainment in its purest and truest form. It's not politics, it's entertainment. But we're going to see who comes out on top. I'm not a gambling man. I'm a bettor. I don't gamble. It's not like a repetition thing. Like a gambler is someone that bets consistently. You got the hook in you. You got the needle in you. You're betting. You need to chase the loss. That's not me. I'm a bettor. One time. One here, one there. You know, put a little bit on the ponies. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Just for fun.
Just for fun. I buy a box for Super Bowl and I'm good. That's it. But I'm going to make a bet. I'm going to bet that Alvin Bragg and Letitia James, they're either in jail or out of their office before Donald Trump is arrested.
Really?
I don't know what to bet. I don't know what to put on it.
Bet that hat, Jack.
You want to bet the hat? Who do I give the hat to? Do I give the hat to a homeless Maine man?
To the guy that you saw last time on the street.
Oh, the guy up here. I will give my hat to the Grim Reaper that stands on the sidewalk in Marist every other weekend.
Right.
Next time I see him, if Donald Trump is arrested, before Alvin Bragg and Letitia James have either lost their jobs or been arrested themselves for corruption, before that happened, before Donald Trump gets arrested, I will give him my hat. That's my bet.
And
my
we'll
bet is
film it.
he'll be free. I'll keep the hat. If he's arrested, that guy gets the hat.
And we'll film it, Jack.
I love it. I can't wait. I hope the Grim Reaper guy, if you're listening, if you're watching, just know you have a hat coming. You may have a hat coming your way, but definitely a film crew. This guy needs his own show.
Right.
The Grim Reaper, I'm advocating, not for myself to become famous. The Grim Reaper needs to become famous.
Yeah, he's out of his mind, Jack.
I'm telling you, but my heart's in the right place here. You can see I have a very giving nature. I'm like, hey, give him the celebrity status. He's earned it.
You're a philanthropist.
I'm a philanthropist. A little bit of fame, put the spotlight on him. I don't need the spotlight. Put the spotlight on him. You know?
You're a good guy, Jack.
I'm a good guy. Rough exterior, but good guy.
No, it's all good.
That's all. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, Alvin Bragg, Latita James, the Trump saga, it's going to keep going on for a minute. And the other thing that's going to go on for a minute as the entire world is spinning, our entire banking system is crashing, tumbling, failing. As of recently, the Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, they are under government control as we speak. A little bit of communism. We got a little bit of communism going on. Government came in, took over. Whatever. It is what it is. A little bit of socialism. I'm not going to say nothing. But yeah, so the government is now in charge because they run everything great. They're in charge of a bank that's currently failing. And the government is looking for buyers. They're trying to sell this bank. Now, backstory. This bank is a gender inclusive, very progressive. Some would call it woke. I just call it a hard place to get fired from. That's what I call it.
All right, Jack.
They're big supporters of the outdoor community, this bank, okay? Now, the probable buyer for this bank, like everything else nowadays, is the Saudi Arabians. Let me say that again. The woke, gender inclusive, hard to get fired from bank is going to get bought by the Saudi Arabians.
SVB.
I'm a fan of karma, and I love watching karma happen. This is karma happening. This is it happening in real time.
How?
Our banking system went out and they gave a ton of money to a Fugazi thing. This thing, Bryce, you know this thing, cryptocurrency. Fugazi. They gave billions to FTX, to cryptocurrency, and it all failed. It blew up, the bubble popped because there was nothing real. You can't eat it, you can't live in it, you can't wear it. It's fake. So the bubble pops, they go under, and all their shit, all their stuff, all their progressive, all the virtue signaling, we're good, everyone else is a piece of shit, we're good. Now the pieces of shit, the Saudi Arabians, who are going to make that bank fucking awesome, by the way. I advocate that Saudi Arabia buys the entire state of Jersey, but that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing.
Uh-oh.
Dubai, can you imagine Dubai as AC? Can you imagine that?
That'd be crazy.
They would straighten out traffic. You would have Lamborghinis on the Jersey Shore. I don't think that's ever happened. You'd have Lamborghinis on the Jersey Shore. You wouldn't even smell sulfur anymore. They would put air fresheners on the fucking windmills outside the power plants. That's what they would do. They would do Saudi Arabia would make Jersey the greatest state that we've ever seen. I'm just putting that one out there. But they're going to buy the bank. They're going to fire everybody. You think Elon Musk firing everybody from Twitter was a scene? Wait till Saudi Arabians go in there with fucking straight up ISIS people, and they're like, Allah Akbar, on the ground. And then people are like, oh my God, don't touch my plant. Save the world. Climb it. As they burn giant tires and soaking the entire place with oil that they get for free out of the ground. They're going to ride in on camels with 55-gallon drums of petroleum and just empty them right there, right in the streams of Silicon Valley.
Come on.
That's what they're going to do, just to prove a point, just to say we can do this. We own you. That's what I think is coming. I'm telling you.
That's messed up, Jack.
And they deserve it. That's the crazy part here. I'm not advocating for the Saudi Arabians to come into America and buy another massive leverage tool in our society. I'm not advocating for that.
Then what?
I'm advocating for some real hard looks. I hope that this bank failure will signal to other corporations and everything else that we need to take a real hard look in the mirror here. We need to understand something, that maybe, just maybe, we've went a little bit too far. Maybe we went a little bit too far with some of the funding programs, some of the climate control stuff. Maybe we just pushed the needle just a little bit too far. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's like Facebook with the metaverse. Maybe it just came a little too much, a little too early. We're not really ready for the metaverse just yet. You got to wait a couple generations. It's not us that are going to be involved. It's our grandkids. Our grandkids are going to look back at us and say, Grandpa, how come you don't want to get the chip in your neck? You need the chip in your neck, Grandpa. You'll remember everything then. That's the generation that's going to be in the metaverse and everything else.
That's scary, Jack.
It's scary, but that's the Terminator, right? I mean, it's already written for us. We can watch the movies.
Great movie.
Great movie. Could be our future. Could be.
Arnold.
I'm just saying. Arnold, I'll be back. I'll be back with a computer chip in your neck, kid. And that's what we got. And that guy was a governor. So don't tell me that this isn't a conspiracy theory. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. A member of the government made the Terminator. Think about that. Think about that. It's like my theory with the CIA. The CIA is responsible for some of the biggest events crime-wise in American history. The CIA is responsible for JFK's assassination. They are responsible for creating D.B. Cooper, largest heist in American history. And they are also responsible, I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm just going to say that they funded some proxy wars that came back to get us. 9/11. What? I said it. I'm going to say it.
You got me thinking.
I'm going to say
Jack,
it. I'm going to say it.
You got me thinking.
We're casualties. And the sad part is, like they said, I'm drawing a blank on the movie, Kaiser Soze. The
Usual
Kaiser Soze
Suspects.
quote. Usual Suspect. Great movie. Great line. The greatest trick the devil ever played was making you believe he didn't exist at all. That's the CIA. That's the United States government. They affect all of our lives every day of the week. And if you think they don't, your head's in the sand. That's it.
Peace.
It's sunny in New York. As always, health, wealth, and happiness.